Good morning and greetings from Northumberland on the 30th of August. It's a somewhat dull but warm morning. We're coming now to the back end of summer. Indeed, on one calculation, if we take September, October and November as being the autumn begins in a couple of days. And our newspapers and our social media are full of little reports about saving energy and facing the challenges of this coming winter. We're reading Psalm 45 as part of our readings today. All your works praise you, O Lord, and your faithful servants bless you. And then later on, verse 16 and 17, the eyes of all wait upon you, O Lord, and you give them their food in due season. You open wide your hand and fill all things living with plenty. Even those of us who have never felt ourselves rich but have always thought ourselves able to cope will be worried about the coming winter and energy and food prices. We're facing a crisis which seems almost unprecedented in my lifetime. Maybe because I didn't take other crises on board when I was younger, but I think it's probably a serious crisis over energy and things like that as we've had, even looking back to the 1970s. And so we are thinking about how we deal with these things. And of course, often we think first of all about how we cope ourselves. Would it be better to cook in a slow cooker or to use the microwave rather than using the oven? How low do we turn the thermostat, and how much oil can we save in our household? But of course, these problems require national and international solutions. They require the good and fair use of what we have. And above all, they require planning to live in a world with decreasing resources in terms of gas and oil and coal. We need to think about living in a different way. And that has to be done on a national and indeed a global scale. But in all our deliberations and all our decisions, we must be thinking not of the profits of the rich, but of the needs of the poor. You open your hand and fill all things living with plenty. It is God's desire that we should all be able to live with what we need. And the decisions that politicians take this autumn and in the coming years should not be judged against how they affect the wealthy, but how they affect the most vulnerable in society. And all of us as Christian people are called to take responsibility for our neighbours. We are our brother and our sister's keeper. And we are called to live in a way and take decisions in a way that regard the most vulnerable. And so may God bless us. May God bless the people of Pakistan, of Iraq, and of course of Ukraine in this difficult time. And may God fill us with the plenty of his love.